Cloud Beats.
By any means they moving, gotta go hard. Rarely get sleep, focus, making figures large. Everybody down till it's time to play a part. No time to lounge, put that lazy shit in park.
Hello. I want to welcome you all to another episode of the Black Dot Podcast, Healing for the Soul. I'm your boy Mo, and we are in the midst of our season 4 prelude. So I just want to thank you guys so much for all of the love that has went into this season. Once it comes out, once it airs, I want to go ahead and thank you guys for the support. This episode is probably the most personal episode I've ever recorded. I kind of struggled a little bit with whether or not I wanted to talk about a lot of things on this show, because a lot of things are tied to like feelings that I wasn't really sure how I would say or how they would sound if I was to like actually say them, right? Over the span of my life, I have experienced a lot of things. I've experienced things that I have been able to like discuss. I've experienced things that I feel like I might take to the grave with me, but I've experienced a lot of things in my life, and there's a lot of internal battles in my mind that tends to happen. And one of the things that I've been kind of wrestling with is the concept of time. And not so much of time in the normal sense, but I wrestle with the concept of time in the sense of things that I feel like I should be doing, are areas in my life where I feel like I should be, but I'm not. And I struggle with feeling like, because I'm not there yet, maybe I won't get there. I remember, I'll kind of tell you what triggered it. I remember when my older brother had his son. And I remember when my older brother told me he was so scared, he was so nervous about it. And then I was scared, then I was nervous about it. And I remember when he said, "Mo, you're about to be an uncle. You're about to be an uncle." Okay, all right. And seeing him as a father, it's kind of made me question, when is it going to be my turn? If you know my history, you know there have been a couple of times where I was almost somebody's father. And for whatever reasons, those things didn't go as planned. And I was definitely hurt about a lot of it. And a lot of it, I just kind of swallowed it, didn't really deal with it, didn't really process it. I just moved on because there was nothing I could do to really change it. And how do you explain it to somebody when at the time, circumstances were kind of rough. So I didn't really feel comfortable telling anybody about those particular times. I remember seeing my homeboy have his son, and I'm like, oh my God, my boys are daddies. Okay, all right. And then in the back of my mind, once again, it's like, okay, Mo, what you waiting on? What's going on? When is it gonna be you? And I remember hearing my mama say, like, I'm ready to be a grandma. I'm ready to be a grandma. I keep telling him, and it's like, in my mind, I'm already wrestling with it. So saying that is like, oh my God, here it goes, right? I remember that there were a lot of relationships where I felt like at the time and at the way that it was going, yeah, I could see myself doing it. Yeah, I could see myself. Yeah, this could be the one. It could happen with this. And that shit went to hell in the handbasket, to be honest with you. And for me, it just felt like I started remembering how hard it was on my mom at times to be a single mother. And I started to think about some of the situations that I saw my oldest brother go through. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I was like, well, shit, I don't really want to bring a child into the world like that. Like, I remember I was talking to my mom and she was like, I keep telling you, I'm ready for grandkids. She was like, I want you to be a husband first. I want you to get married. Get you a nice woman. Y'all getting married. You have your babies. Do it the right way. She was like, do it the way your mama did do. Do it that way. And I was like, okay, that's what I was thinking, you know. But then it was like, what if I'm running out of time? What if, like, they're already doing it and I see how happy they are, and I see how like my boys, they are smiling, they are happy, like happy-go-lucky like hell. But me, I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know. It's like I go through the ups and downs of some days, yeah, I want it. I'm there for it. There's some days I'm like, no. So, you know, it's like, it makes me worried sometimes of whether or not things are going to happen and if I have missed the boat for that. Keep in mind, I'm only 28, so, you know, these are things that goes through my mind. It's crazy, right? So I think about that, but then I think about like relationships, and it's like my track record with love and being in love and all that, it's not the best. I remember, I think I said this in the Year of Disappointments episode. I think I did. If I didn't, charge it to my head, not my heart. I remember there was a situation with a woman that I was madly in love with. She's passed on. God rest her soul. She passed on last year sometime. And they always say you never know what you have until it's gone, right? And that was a situation where I didn't really realize how important and how meaningful the relationship was until now she's gone. And now all I have is memories. All I have is pictures. All I have is like, you know, things that I can remember, you know. The good thing is I'm telling you guys about this. I can talk about it without crying now. That's a good thing. And it's like, sometimes I think to myself, what if I missed what you would consider the one? What if I missed it? What if I missed that opportunity when it happened? Like, there's only been probably 3, maybe 4 times that I've ever been in love. And I wonder sometimes, what if I missed it and didn't realize it? Like, what if my standards were so crazy that I didn't realize what I had when I had it? So it plays through my mind a lot. I'm telling you guys all of this because a lot of times we worry about if we are where we are supposed to be, if we're doing enough, if we are good enough, or if we are not doing this, then we're not doing what we're supposed to. We worry about time so much. And telling you guys this from example, I worried about this stuff so much to where it started to make me feel like I was going crazy. Like, there were moments where I am like, okay, this gotta be the one. Heartbroken when she's not the one. It's like, okay, all right, maybe this year, I'm gonna have a kid this year. I'm gonna do it this year. Then it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, well, damn, okay, all right, okay. And it started to pile on to everything that I was already feeling, right? Everything I was already dealing with. And that level of pressure, it is a lot to deal with. It is a lot. It is a lot to take on. And I remember my brother told me, he was like, your time is coming, but you got to enjoy the present for what it is now. You have to enjoy where you are now. And I remember I told him, I was like, bro, I don't think it's going to happen because I'm too indecisive. I don't think it's going to happen because maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Like, I'm tired. Like, I could just like say fuck it and be done with it. And he was like, you have to give God a chance to get you ready for those things that you claim you want. I'm going to give you a throwback. If you remember in season 2, I did the episode of, I think it was called Real Thing, Wrong Time, something like that. Right Thing, Wrong Time, something like that on season 2. And I remember I said, sometimes our prayer is the right prayer. Sometimes our hope is the right hope. God wants to give us the things that he wants us to have, but maybe there's a chance he's not going to give it to us until he feels we're ready. It's almost like why you ask me for a bike. Can't trust you with a bike until I see you learn, until I see you're ready, until I see you've done the necessary things to be ready to handle that responsibility. I can't trust you with this if you don't take the steps to show me you're responsible for this or you're ready for that. And I think the one thing that I've been learning on this journey is I've been praying for a lot of stuff that, yeah, mentally, physically, I'm ready for, but spiritually, there's a whole nother responsibility that's a part of this thing. There's a whole nother spiritual aspect that you have to think about that goes along with this entire thing. So it's like, I have to remind myself that while I may be ready, God may feel like I'm not ready. And I can't do no more than what he does, you know? So I wrestle with that sometimes. I wrestle with feeling like, when is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be me? When can I experience that type of happiness? When am I going to be able to experience this without having to worry about that? Or, you know, I go through that. I wrestle with that a lot. And I feel like sometimes a lot more than I should. And this episode is, I was nervous about doing this because I was like, I don't think I've ever really addressed those feelings. I think I've always felt them, but I've always packed them away. I've always, you know, I compartmentalized real good. I've always pretended like they weren't there, you know, but I would be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't worried or I didn't have the thoughts I do. Most times I do, you know. For anybody out there who is watching, who is listening to this on your various platforms, whatever, where we are right now in our journey, what we're doing or where we feel we should be, we can't take that on. That is unnecessary pressure like crazy, because we're constantly trying to set these goals and then we don't get it. It's like, I messed up, I'm never going to get there. Or we set these goals of I want to do this, but then because it doesn't happen the way we feel it should happen or in the time we think it should happen, it's like, damn, I'm never going to get there. It's not going to happen. I'm not supposed to have that. When maybe, just maybe, our time isn't right now. Doesn't mean it won't happen. It's just not now. And that's one of the things that I'm learning to accept. I'm learning, you know, in that serenity prayer, I think that's what it's called. It says, God, help me to learn the things that I can and can't not control, and the wisdom to decipher. But if I'm getting it wrong, forgive me. But we have to learn how to work on the things that we can't control, and the things that we can, we ask God's help for. We ask God to prepare us to be this, to do that. Maybe it's a promotion. Maybe it's to become a parent. Maybe it's to get married. But ask God to help us to be ready, to give us the tools and resources to be ready for these things that we ask. Because maybe it's not the fact that we ask, it's just maybe right now, time is of the matter, you know? I feel really good saying all of this now. I feel really, really good. But I pray this episode helps you with whatever you're dealing with. I pray this episode helps you with whatever it is that you are waiting for. Because I know the waiting is hard. I know the waiting is aggravating. Trust me. But whatever it is that you are waiting for, whatever it is that you are asking God for, please don't stop believing. Please don't stop hoping. Please don't stop believing that it will come, because it will in its time. I'm very happy I did this. Very, very happy I did this. I got it off my chest. I feel good. But I just want to tell you guys, thank you for hearing my thoughts, hearing my heart, and thank you for joining me on this journey. It's not an easy one, but it's one I'm willing to take, and I hope you are too. Until next time.
Cloud Beats.
By any means they moving, gotta go hard. Rarely get sleep.